Lockdown-fatigued Britons appreciate Friday evening drinks in the road. Lockdown-fatigued Britons have appreciated Friday drinks in the roads this evening as England prepares for its first taste of opportunity when bars resume on April 12. Consumers transformed streets into stopgap watering openings as they stood or sat nestling lagers and wine in spite of the cooler climate. Britain's lockdown limitations will ease interestingly since December when the stay-at-home request lifts on Monday. 6 companions will be permitted to meet outside and little weddings will at long last have the approval to happen, to the alleviation of couples tensely anticipating their huge day. This evening Borough Market in focal London was hurling with veil-wearing punters perusing the sloes down as they tasted from their jars and glasses. Some sat close to the River Thames, with the famous Tower of London behind the scenes, while others agreed to a beverage outside their neighbourhood boozer. Meanwhile, research showed bars and eateries have seen a tremendous flood in appointments for open-air tables ahead of lockdown restrictions being facilitated 1 month from now. Also, it arose millions could be permitted to go to bars with no friendly removing under plans to allow individuals to utilize their telephone to demonstrate coronavirus-safe status. Bigger weddings will be permitted to go on from April 12 after clergymen yielded despite claims 7,000 couples would need to drop. The business body says the public authority has explained that lodgings and other authorized premises will be permitted to organize services for up to 15 individuals inside when the lockdown facilitating produces results. Recently it appeared as though weddings would just be allowed at spots of love, public structures and open-air accommodation settings. Yet, the UK Weddings Taskforce cautioned that would have rejected authorized settings where 71% of weddings as a rule occur, with claims 7,000 must be deferred or dropped. It has now arisen that the public authority has surrendered that all scenes authorized to lead services will be permitted to hold them inside from April 12, despite the fact that many would not in any case be permitted to be open. That incorporates lodgings, gathering focuses, and occasion accommodation. However, the taskforce said the public authority had advised them there won't be adaptability on the intense limitations for gatherings. Explanation gave to the business body said, "The standards for wedding gatherings are unique. The proof shows that it is more secure for individuals to meet outside instead of indoors. That is the reason at step 2 no sooner than the 12th of April, wedding gatherings can continue yet should happen outside. These can't occur in private gardens and should just happen in a COVID-secure venue." Excitement is mounting as England prepares for its first genuine taste of opportunity this year when lockdown limitations are facilitated on Monday. The government's stay-at-home controls authoritatively end on March 29, permitting a scope of new opportunities as the nation carefully trudges along the way to ordinary life. As of Monday, bigger gathering social affairs will be permitted outside, while some group activities will likewise be permitted outside. There is additionally uplifting news for connected couples and the business as little weddings will likewise be permitted to go on, outside. Be that as it may, those needing to go to the bar or the shop should stand by a short time longer. They are not due to resume until April 12. The government has said open-air get-togethers remembering for private nurseries of either 6 individuals, known as the standard of 6, or 2 families will likewise be permitted from next Monday, making it simpler for individuals to meet outside. Londoners were marching through Main Street on Friday evening as they held onto a hole in the downpour to appreciate a beverage with their companions, in spite of lockdown limitations actually being authorized. Groups rushed to the cobbled road between Borough Market and the Thames, with punters talking and drinking from containers of brew. Some looked content with a spot on the seats and inclining toward dividers nearer to London Bridge as they revived themselves. What's more, others walked around the focal point of the capital grasping jars of ale, with only 17 days to go until bars and cafes can open. There is assumption for a decent 7-day stretch of climate, with the Met Office estimating gentle temperatures 1 week from now in southern England with high pressing factor building which will bring settled conditions for most territories after a dull start. The most sweltering climate is normal in southeast England next Tuesday with highs of 75 F, 24 C, surrounding the record-breaking UK record temperature for the month, which was 78.1 F, 25.6 C, on March 29, 1968 in Meepal, Cambridgeshire. Next Monday is likewise expected to be warm with highs of 66 F, 19 C, anticipated. The energetic estimate implies 1 week from now is practically sure to bring the hottest day of 2021 up until this point, beating the current UK high of 66.2 F, 19 C, on March 18. The drawn-out viewpoint for April is additionally acceptable, with the Met Office recounting a sensible sign for commonly settled climate for most toward the beginning of the month with drier than normal and more brilliant conditions prevailing. It comes in front of the third phase of rules facilitating on April 12, which will incorporate the returning of bars and cafes outside, unnecessary shops, public structures and open-air attractions including amusement parks. Outside sports offices, for example, tennis and ball courts, and outdoors pools, will likewise be permitted to return from next Monday, and individuals will actually want to participate in officially coordinated open-air sports. Stage 1 Part 1. March 8. From March 8, all understudies and understudies got back to schools and universities across England. So-called fold-over childcare was additionally permitted to continue, making ready for after and before school clubs to return. Individuals were permitted to meet one other individual outside for diversion, for instance, to have a cookout or to meet for coffee. Care home occupants have the option to have one standard named visitor. The government's visit-at-home request stayed set up, with movement for insignificant purposes actually prohibited. Stage 1 Part 2. March 29. From March 29, open-air get-togethers of up to 6 individuals or a bigger gathering from up to 2 families will be permitted. These social events will be permitted to occur in private gardens. Open-air sports like tennis and ball will be permitted to resume, and individuals can likewise partake in officially coordinated outside sports. It is now that the government's visit-at-home direction will end, to be supplanted by priests urging individuals to stay neighborhood. Notwithstanding, the government is required not to characterize what establishes neighborhood, rather deciding to depend on individuals utilizing their sound judgment to settle on ventures. Individuals will in any case be advised to telecommute at every possible opportunity, while global travel will in any case be restricted except if it is for fundamental purposes. Stage 2. April 12. Non-fundamental retail will be permitted to resume just as close to home consideration premises like stylists, hairdressers and nail salons. Public structures like libraries, historical centers and workmanship exhibitions will be permitted to welcome back clients. In the interim, cordiality scenes and open-air attractions like amusement parks will be given the green light to return in some structure. In any case, there will in any case be rules on family blending. Essentially any movement which includes being inside will be confined to individuals from a similar family. Rec centers and pools will likewise resume from April 12, however just on the premise that individuals go all alone or with their own family. Bars and eateries will actually want to return, however now they may have the option to have clients outdoors. The government won't bring back the old prerequisite for individuals to arrange a significant supper with liquor, while the old 10 p.m. check-in time will be discarded. All clients at neighborliness scenes will likewise must be situated when they request food or drink, with requesting at the bar precluded. Camping areas and occasion lets where indoor offices are not imparted to different families can likewise resume, however trips should be limited a solitary family. Memorial services will be permitted to proceed with up to 30 individuals, while the principles on wedding gatherings will be facilitated to permit the quantity of visitors to increment from 6 to 15. Stage 3. May 17. The 2-family and rule of 6 necessities for outside get-togethers will be jettisoned, however social affairs of in excess of 30 individuals in places like parks will in any case be prohibited. Significantly, blending inside will be permitted once more. The standard of 6 or a bigger gathering from up to 2 families will be permitted to meet. Notwithstanding, this will be held under audit by pastors to check whether rules could be loosened up even further. This is additionally where bars and eateries and other cordiality settings will actually want to open inside, with the standard of 6 and 2 family limit set up. In any case, bunches meeting outside at bars will be permitted to be greater. Diversion scenes like films and kids' play regions will actually want to resume, as will inns and B&Bs. Indoor grown-up sports gatherings and exercise classes can likewise return. Changes will likewise be made to donning and execution occasions in indoor scenes with a limit of 1,000 individuals or half full. However, up to that point the standards remain, including during the current end of the week, that individuals can just meet one other individual from outside their family or backing bubble socially or for exercise, and this should be away from their home. The stay-at-home rule will likewise end next Monday. Yet the government has prompted that individuals keep on telecommuting where they can and limit the quantity of excursions they make where conceivable. The guidance from next Monday will be to stay neighborhood. Britons are additionally still cautioned to try not to go at the busiest occasions and courses, while travel abroad will in any case be prohibited, other than for few special cases like going to a burial service of a nearby relative. The government reported on Monday that anybody attempting to leave the U created by 00 breaking news. Daily breaking and more news. Please subscribe. See you in a better world.